I just gotta say something that really is a pet peeve of mine. Probably because I didn't get a lot of sleep, but it was worth it with my granddaughter. And she's woke now. My sister's there. Me and my sister been cooking together today. So my son is gonna come pick up some plates for him and his wife. But they can't come get Fat Mama. Fat Mama stay there. Fat Mama the main dish. I thought about spraying some Pam on Fat Mama. But it's not Christmas or Thanksgiving yet, so I think I'll let her slide today because she's big as a Christmas turkey. Yeah, my granddaughter's fat as a Christmas turkey. She really could be a good, scrumptious, sumptuous meal. That's what I always say about big fat babies when they're so fat. They look like Christmas turkeys or Christmas hams or, like it makes some good eating. It's open. It's getting ready to be sunset here in Michigan. So I just got the moon roof. I hope a bird don't poop on me. Hope a bird don't poop on me. Hey, somebody gonna have to kill a birdie. Hey, if you put... Let me start back to silly. I act silly. But I am so tired. But it's a good tired. That child kept me up. Oh my God. If what hadn't happened untimely with my daughter-in-law's dad, I would be loving this for my son to be getting sick. I always said to both my kids when they was babies, they didn't understand. I said, one day I can't wait to live to see you get taken through this. You have to stay up. And one thing about a husband, the wives, we do it, or what girlfriends, baby mamas, we'll do it. But when we get them baby dads, like, here, you do it. I've been doing it for like a whole week. The fathers that are in the, relationships that are still sticking around to be around with the babies. I just couldn't understand a doctor I had. He used to look so bad. Had dark circles on his eyes, about like what I'm getting from no sleep. Do you know his wife? He told me. It's like he had to vent his wife. Now, this is a surgeon. A surgeon. And he's making big bank. And she made him, every time they had newborn babies, because she was a stay-at-home wife, get up with the babies. Now, here's a man that's going to go inside people's bodies. That's what I call a bitch. I said, you're a bitch to myself. I said, ain't no way I treat that man like that. I get to sit on my ass at home all day and spit babies out and have living up in luxury. And he's a surgeon and shit. And he shouldn't have to wait on shit. Nigga, can I wipe your ass for you? Can I feed you your food? Surgeon. You messing in a human body, that's serious business. That's lawsuit, malpractice. If he's a slip of the wrist, that's a done deal. If they can find out that you're at fault, y'all could lose everything you have. You got this man up with babies. But that's that quality I have. People, strangers. If I was standing on the bus stop right now, a stranger would sit up there and say, I don't know why I'm telling you this, but I'm going through this and that. And then they might end up hugging and crying on my shoulder, but it's just something. It's something about us. But I don't claim that empath stuff. Not putting anybody down that practice witchcraft or whatever. But I don't. They will say, oh, you're an empath. No, I don't. It's a lot of stuff I just don't do. I'm not into metaphysical. I'm into God-physical. So lose me with that. But today is Saturday. Waiting for my niece to come out because I wouldn't have left my granddaughter if my niece wasn't there. And then my ex-husband, he think we're going to, because my girlfriend ready to give up her pit bull that's 7 years old named Cutie. And I thought about taking, I said, no, like I said, I love my grandchildren too much. I don't know if they're going to have allergies. I would take Cutie, but Cutie's a full-blood pit. Beautiful, beautiful, well taken care of, But she about to move back to California, and it's like, my ex-husband is a pit bull lover. And he don't have allergies and shit. So he want us to take it in our vehicles. Not even in this classic I'm sitting in. Boo-boo. Get your own. I don't understand it about him, but I'm not about to talk about it. It's not about him. But it's what I got a problem with. I live where there's the largest Arab American community in the USA. What bothers me is this: is a person that's whatever their racial, whatever their ethnicity is, that they can't seem to get down with it. They want to be something that they're not, and then you say, "Oh, that's not." No, it is. I've lived in Michigan a long time. I grew up in Detroit. My daughter is half Saudi, but her father was not trying to be anything that what he was. The dude had an accent, but he could speak English. Now he speaks very fluent English. The accent is gone but he's a legal citizen. He was born here. His parents, they're legalized citizens. I was stuck on, like I say, that light skin thing. I thought he was a light skinned dude with a sharp car. And we went out on some dates, and nature had its way. What is it? Nature ran its course, and the chick was fertile and got pregnant. All I'm saying is, he wasn't trying to be like these Arab guys are today. The Arab guys today, they go to tanning salons. The way I know, because of shit, and some of them gonna be my customers in my salon. They love to get as dark as they can get. There are Arab guys, even from birth, they're darker than me. But there's no disrespect to Arabs, because I'll be talking about my daughter. But shit, me and her can talk like that. We keep it real. I keep it real with other people. We can have those kind of real conversations. And every Arab friend I have, we all keep it real with each other about each culture, what we see, what we think. My husband said, "Hi, I got the bleach and paper towel, baby. Is there anything else? If not, text me. I'm on my way home. I'm on that phone. It ain't nothing else, baby. Me and the Grand G ain't gonna keep you up tonight." We went downstairs to the other bedroom and went to sleep. And she still... Oh, shit, Daddy. For real? Okay, because I got to get up in here real quick and finish cooking. Well, I got to get back home real quick and finish cooking, because my son going to come get a plate. My daughter-in-law said she's not too hungry, but I'm going to send her one. But my son, he's a squash fanatic like me, and he's been doing he's been eating a lot of vegetables lately. He's consecrating himself, and with consecration, it comes in what you're putting in your temple. So he's been really consecrating himself. He's been on a seek. He's been on really consecrating himself on a spiritual level, where he's only eating plants, vegetables, fresh fruit. Organic is as close as he can come to organic. But me and him love squash. So I'm about to, man, I went to the Arabian market, and it's one of my favorite markets. And you know what? I'm not trying to be funny, but my daughter's people are just connected. I don't have to pay for shit. I just and when I speak the language, they be like, "Oh, yeah, money no good. Your money no good." Tell him I said hello to my daughter's grandfather. My money no good. I don't take advantage of it, but it's like it is what it is. That's the good thing. But Arab men in Detroit, if any of you are listening to this, stop acting like you're a black guy. Be yourselves. Talking to black women and calling us Redbone, you're a Redbone. That started back in the 70s when you guys weren't even probably were little, but some of you guys are like in your 20s and 30s, so there's no way. You pick up the lingo from the black men. But some of these black guys, unless they old, but they know what Redbone originate from. Doberman Pinschers, they were the pit bulls of the 70s. So being called a Redbone, that's not a compliment to a black woman. It's not. It doesn't make a black woman feel any better or special. I love red bones like you. You're sexy. I like them red bone. I got a red bone at home. Or all of my children's mother are red bone. And it's almost like, dude, that's an insult. I suggest some of you people that are young, pull up Richard Pryor's. I just don't know which one it was. I remember it being played in the 70s when I was growing up as a little girl. and he talked about red bones. Doberman pinchers they're called red bones, the red Doberman pinchers. And they'll say, "Oh man, I got me a red bone Doberman over here." And Richard Pryor has a joke on the album about red bone Doberman pinchers. He said, they were the pit bulls. Really, they were the pit bulls of the '70s. That's what and a lot of people my age group, they say, "You right, Donna." That's how I feel. They were the pit bulls of the '70s. Red bones are Doberman pinchers are like sneaky. And then they got the miniature pinchers. I hate when they go into genetics and get to messing with stuff. And then those dogs don't have a real long lifespan, or they have more medical problems when they get to messing with genetics. That's why it shouldn't shock you to show you that they really do probably have clones. If you can go inside a breed of a dog and make them be a certain height and size, and makes you think, doesn't it? But anyway, Doberman pinchers, Richard Pryor said, now don't quote me verbatim, but he was like, you can break in a person's house, they got a Doberman pincher or Doberman pinchers. They like really inviting, because back then they didn't have like alarms, I don't think, with security codes and all that, and people get alerted before you do, or they contact if someone's in your home. You break in their house, they be like sitting there with their little collars on, their little chain collars, like, "Come on in. Hey," wagging their tail. "Come on in. Come on in. Have something to eat. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on." As soon as you get your butt up in there thinking, "Oh, I got it," and they about to start looting your crib, they going to, they'll attack you. Now, I don't know if they got the trait that pit bulls have, because, pit bulls, their signature is that they go for the throat. They go for your throat. That goes for person or animal. They go for the throat. It's an instinct. I don't know why, but they go for the throat when they feel like because if they rip that out and get you to bleed profusely, you die out, you bleed out. But their instinct, they will go for the throat. They will. If they can get to it, they go for the throat. That's real deal. My dog almost got attacked by a neighbor's dog when he was a teenager, and God showed me, and I prayed and I cried and I couldn't even go to the window. He ran out so quick because it was an older lady that needed something done, and she always called him her grandson because she saw him grow up. She saw me grow up. We had moved back to the block, and God showed me a real quick glimpse of the dog attacking him, and all the while I used to think that he was going to attack my dog, my little poodle back then. And before my son had just he was in high school, he said, "Oh, well, let me go take care of it now, because I'm going to get in the shower." And, he wanted to get in the wind after homework, supposedly. But he graduated. I saw this glimpse of the dog attacking my son, and I said, "Oh, my God." And I started praying real quick, and I could not bring myself to holler or scream. I called his name, but he was out the door that quick. When he came back in, I was rocking and crying. He said, "Mom, what are you crying about? Did you see what happened?" I said, "Bo's dog tried to attack you." He said, "You saw?" I said, "No, God showed me before you left." He said, "What do you mean?" He didn't know anything. I knew he had a gift, but he hadn't been called out the way he is now, who he is now in the world. Oh, and to that person, you're right. I erased it. You did see me on television on Christian Channel. That was me on the front seat with a burgundy wig. That was me. I'm not worried. But anyway, yeah, you saw his service. You enjoyed it, didn't you? And he's coming. He will be in your state if you're telling the truth. I didn't erase it because you got me on Google, because you was like, "Donna, I've seen you now." Because I told everybody, my son, yeah, he is a pastor, and you saw me on the front row. That was me. Like I said, it was a burgundy wig, Christian television channel. Yeah, so I'm gonna be hitting you up through Google Voice, but he will be coming to your area. I think in September, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I keep track of all the dates and everything, because I like to go with him, and if I'm not with him, I'm with him in spirit. I keep my baby prayed up. That's when I have to fast and be good girl and stop cussing and acting like a-hole. But yeah, I keep my son prayed up, taking flights back and forth. But yeah, he's going, and yeah, you're right. That person, they are the real deal, who he's going to be on conference with. Yeah, they're not no pimps in suits, and they're not all about you're real. I mean, you feel you know what, you got it. You telling the truth, because I'm not my son's advisor, but he do bounce stuff off of me. Sometimes he don't tell me. He just says, "Look at this picture. What do you see? Or look at this video. What do you see about this man or woman of God?" And I'll just say, we both got a habit of squinting our eyes when we like studying something. My husband always, what are you looking at, Donna? What did you see? I said, oh, nothing. Sometimes I don't tell it because it's not for me to tell everybody. It's for me to keep it to myself. And just when I get prayerful, pray about it. That's why God keep putting up with me, and I just don't understand why he puts up with me. But he did promise me long life if I do what I gotta do. He's for him, but he said if I don't, I'm going to hell, but I'm still work for him. That's scary. So yeah, you know who you are. You say you watch the videos, but yeah, thanks for hitting me up on Google Plus. And I didn't care if you had to air it out. I'm not scared. We're not scared of anything like that. I just feel sorry for those that would try. That's all. It's not a threat, no physical threat. One tried before, and they had to come crawling back, and they apologized, but they're not no longer on this earth. We didn't kill them. I mean, who would kill them? They had to say they're sorry before they left here. They did some stupid stuff. So, go figure. People gonna do what they want to do. But getting back to Arab people. Well, not my daughter because she's half Saudi. But if she was acting like that too, I'd check her. If she had a little attitude problem, thinking she this or that, don't forget, sweetie, you're black. I don't care what you think, you're black. You come from a black mama, you're black. I'd check her too. But she already know what's up. She identified with just being herself and loving her mother and loving her father and her grandparents. But she embraces both sides of her heritage. But those those Doberman pinchers, well, like my son, getting back to my son, God showed me in a real quick glimpse that the dog was going to attack him. The dog has been friendly. He's known that dog since he was a puppy. I did too. But God showed me, if it was like alert. If you don't pray, your child going to get bit up or face torn up. He said that the dog, out of the clear blue, you ever had this happen if your little kid going to store, like something can happen, you can't move, and you say, why didn't I just move? It's like it's so real, it just happens in, like the Matrix, it's like, or just something slow, it goes in slow motion. Well, the dog jumped off the porch. My son said the dog leaped. Big old pit bull, bigger than my head. When I was size 20, bigger than my head. Bigger than the same, but I mean, well fed. He ate raw steaks. And yeah, that dude used to train him to kill little animals. I saw that in the spirit. And then I asked him one day, he said, why you want, I said, just tell me, do you ever do? He said, oh, sometimes. No, I saw what you do with that dog. That's why I was scared for my poodle. Now here I am praying my poodle up. It wasn't praying my son up from attacks. But God still intervened in just 2 seconds. Because my son ran up to the house, and I guess pits, they get a bad rap. But I'm going to tell you something about a pit. A lot of time pits get a bad rap because they are backyard breeders. They breed mothers with sons, sons with daughters. And it's just like people. They may look decent on the outside, but they don't be right upstairs, or they may come out with deformities. Too much of the same thing ain't good for animals or people. And but that ain't, he has papers on his pits. I remember that. The pit should be dead by now. But that pit, he took very good care. That pit was, he had big old chest, head, ate good, very obedient. But I think the quick movement of my son running, like he was like walking fast, and he kind of ran up like not running, because I didn't get to see it, but my son told me, but I saw in the spirit what was going to happen. All I saw was that the dog was going to attack my baby and kill him. And I begged God to spare his life, and he did in a 2-second prayer, because my son was out the door, and I could not brace myself to go to the window. It was like I was scared, but I knew, Lord, okay, that's why I know there is a God. He showed me I can answer in 2 seconds, 2 hours, 2 days, 2 years, 20 years. There's no time where he sits. He says it in his word. There's no time and space. We go by days and nights and hours and minutes. There's no time where he sits. There's no time. So just that quick, I did hear, if you don't pray, your son's going to get killed. And I did that prayer, and I was rocking and crying, and I could not bring myself to go to the window or to the door to call him, because I felt like it was too late. She lived 3 doors down. What can I do? It's done unless I pray. And God did a miracle. And he said the dog flew off the porch like Superman. It's like it was slow motion through the sky. He said the dog got to him. His master couldn't even say whatever his name was and stop him. The dog stopped. His ears went back. He said, like he was scared, tucked his tail, and walked back up to the house. And you know what I envisioned? 2 tall guardian angels standing there with their swords, like, you can't touch him. You can't touch him. God did not give you permission to kill him. It is not his time. I don't care what you say. I know what I saw in the spirit. And me and him both have had so many close calls in our life that I could just, oh, she's crazy. I don't care. But as long as Donna's going to talk, I'm going to always share stories with you guys. They're not lies, stuff like that, but things like that can happen. Prayer changes things. Prayer changes people. Prayer can be your biggest resource when you're down to nothing and you say, oh my God, I prayed and it happened. But when you put prayer with fasting, I didn't know. I don't care. She ain't came down yet. If she don't come down yet, her grocery store closed at 10. It's getting dark because I want to get home to Fat Mama. But my sister enjoying her because her grandkids is all big boys. And well, they like 10, 9 and 10. So she's enjoying the baby. She should be able to enjoy her great niece. That look like me and her. Look at the baby. She's looking so much like us. That's the sister I mentioned that we got the same dad, the same Latino puppy, but different moms. But she's Tina Knowles' age, and she's gorgeous with her big badunk-a-dunk. I always tease her about it because I want one like hers. But I'm too old. Yeah. Arab guys, stop it. It's not cute. But like Richard Pryor said, it's true. I used to hear that story about Doberman pinchers. They're very friendly. Very friendly. Some pits are very quiet, but they're very protective over the children. That's why I don't understand, like, sometimes when the pits, like, lose it. But it took a person that trains pits that told me the reason why they get a bad rap is when people get to interbreeding them. And that's why pit bulls get a bad rap because of But then sometimes, like, quick actions, it depends. I've seen some pits that act like poodles. They weren't trained to attack or whatever, but they are protective of their loved ones, whoever their family they live with. But you can't, I hate to see people mistreat animals. If you're going to get an animal, don't mistreat them because he used the bathroom on the floor. They're just like children. Unless they're trained, unless they're puppies. When I got my poodle, I took off a week. You know why? Because after he ate, I had newspaper and stuff for him, but as soon as he ate and it was spring, I grabbed him up and I put him outdoors so he can get the association because usually when they eat, they have to go do number 2. And he got used to it, so then he asked to go out. I never used the cage. We cage it. People, I wasn't caging mine. Some do it now. I'm supposed to be pet sitting for somebody in 2 weeks when she goes out of town. I don't know if she still do it, but she says she cages him. He won't get caged. But I gotta see, but her dog has fur, so the grandkids won't be sneezing and breaking out, cause I can't tolerate. But I'm thinking about getting a pit. My secret, you can say it's crazy. I had one dog that was not a poodle, or didn't have the fur. It was summer though. I gave him a bath for 7 days in a row. A bath for 7 days in the summer in a row. Do you know I got immune to that dog? Because what you get allergic to, it's what they call dander. Not dandruff, but it's dander. D as in David, A-N-D-E-R. That's what makes us, allergic and itch. And if I touch your dog, I can play with your pits. I can play with your German Shepherds. I can play with your Siberian Huskies. But if I touch my face, I'm going to swell up and turn red. I have to wash my hands when I'm finished. And then I'm good, long as the dog don't jump on my clothes. And then if they do, when I get home, I don't care if it's clean and I can hang it up. No, I take it off and put it in the laundry basket or in the washer because I'll be itching and stuff. So right now, if the grandkids weren't here, we could take a big risk on that pit. But for now, the pit is out of the question. I got to see what they're allergic to or if they have allergies. Because my son has slight allergies during the pollen season, but he doesn't have it bad as me and my siblings. Now, that's my thing, allergies. I don't take medicine for it. I take Benadryl, the children's Benadryl, the liquid. I'll take that. And then my husband has sinus, but he's not allergic to any type dog. He loves dogs. I just can't deal with cats. They're beautiful, but they're just too mysterious. And I can't stand anything jumping in the bed at night and I'm not knowing you there. I'm like, what the heck is this? They're too mysterious, but they are loving animals and they're beautiful. And I love Persian cats. They're so pretty. I just like and I love. To me, if you're an animal lover, if you're an animal abuser, that lets me know you ain't shit. But if you're an animal lover, I know you got to be a a decent, somewhat decent person, because to give love to something that's not human and really care about it and feed them and make sure they go to the vet if you got the money and stuff, and just to take care of your animal, it says a lot about you if you're an animal lover. And if you don't like animals, it doesn't mean you're bad. It's just, I'm just saying, people that people don't like, and then you find out they have animals, you're like, oh, okay, that's another facet of their personality. They like animals. That's a good, they got a heart for animals, something outside of human. Because animals, they can fend for themselves on the street, but when they're domesticated, they look for you for food and water and shelter and kindness. But this has been one of those Donna Martinez videos. I rambled, I covered the different things that may be boring to you, but I just felt like it had to be said. It's getting darker, so I'm gonna call her. If she doesn't come down, I'm off in the wind because my little fat turkey grandbaby, waiting. And I don't trust my sister. I want to do my own squash for me and my son. All right. Because he ain't going to be over till later anyway. All right. Bye-bye. You all have a blessed day. Till we meet again.